Have you ever been in a room where nobody said a word, but it felt louder than a crowd screaming your name? Now imagine this: what if silence wasn't just a pause, but a person? Intro: build curiosity and open loop. What if silence could walk beside you? What if it had eyes that stared right into your soul? And a voice that whispered things even you were afraid to admit? In this chapter, we're not talking about the words we say. We're diving into the ones we don't. And if you stick with me until the end, you'll discover why some of the loudest moments in life are the ones when nothing is said at all. Meet Sana. She's 34. A single mother. Works 2 jobs. Keeps her head down. Keeps the world out. And there's one thing she's mastered more than anyone else: silence. Not the peaceful kind. The heavy kind. The kind that follows you into empty kitchens and unmade beds. The kind that sits next to you on a couch at 3 a.m., when your child is asleep, and your heart is wide awake. Sana's husband left 5 years ago. No explanation. No goodbye. Just a silence that echoed louder than any fight. And since that day, words stopped visiting her. They tried. But every time "I'm not okay" knocked on her throat, silence pushed it back. Because silence had become her protector. Her armor. Her invisible friend. But here's the thing about silence: it doesn't just protect. It consumes. Every night, as she tucked her son into bed, he'd whisper, "Mama, are you happy?" And every time, Sana would smile. But her silence would scream. You see, if silence were human, he would be the one sitting quietly in the corner, watching pain unfold, never interrupting. But never helping either. He doesn't judge. He doesn't fix. He just stays, until your unspoken words begin to rot inside. Philosophical reflection: humanizing silence. But what if silence could talk back? What if one night, he looked at Sana and said, "I've kept your secrets. But at what cost? I've hidden your pain, but buried your healing." Words are messy. They shake things up. But silence? He keeps everything exactly the same. He's not evil. Just passive. The kind of friend who watches you drown, because he's too afraid to throw the rope. And yet, we invite him in. Again and again. Because sometimes, silence feels safer than the truth. One evening, Sana's son came home from school with a crumpled paper. It was a drawing. A stick figure family. A house. A son. A girl. And in the corner, a speech bubble that read, "Mom never talks. I think she's sad." That night, silence didn't sit with her. He stood over her. Watching. Waiting. And for the first time in 5 years, Sana said 3 words that shook the walls of her apartment. "I need help." Silence didn't fight back. He just stepped aside. You see, silence isn't evil. He's just afraid. Afraid of the chaos that words might bring. But sometimes, chaos is what saves us. Sometimes, saying something even if it's wrong, even if it's raw, is better than letting silence write your story. Because silence will never fight for you. But your words might. In the next chapter, we ask something even deeper: what happens to words that were never meant to be heard? Not because of fear, but because they belonged to someone who's no longer here. If you've ever lost someone and wished you had said just one more thing, you won't want to miss Chapter 3, The Words We Speak to the Dead.